Madam Mayor, I'll let you know when we are live. It's just loading. And we are live again.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. We're back in open session now, and I have a motion moved by Councillor Timmers and seconded by Councillor Brunet that council resume an open session. Madam Clerk, would you please call out the vote?
Councillor Regima,
Yes.
Councillor Russell,
Yes.
Councillor Brunet,
Yes.
Councillor Pachariva,
Yes.
Councillor McPherson,
Yes.
Councillor Miklick,
Yes.
Councillor Reimer,
Yes.
Councillor Timmers,
Yes.
and Mayor Easton,
Or,
and that carries.
I have a motion moved by Councillor Pachariva, seconded by Councillor Reimer. The council receive and file the confidential updates, and that staff move forward as directed in closed session as it relates to item 16.1 pursuant to section 239B, personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal employees, D, labor relations or employee negotiations, and K, a position, plan, procedure, criteria, or instruction to the applied negotiations as it pertains to the Lincoln Public Library. Item 16.2, pursuant to section 239(2)(c), a proposed or pending acquisition or disposition of land by the municipality as it pertains to Blizzard Drive. Madam Clerk, would you please call out the vote?
Thank you, Councillor Regima,
Yes.
Councillor Russell,
Yes.
Councillor Brunet,
Yes.
Councillor Pachariva,
Yes.
Councillor McPherson,
Yes.
Councillor Miklick,
Yes.
Councillor Reimer,
Yes.
Councillor Timmers,
Yes.
and Mayor Easton,
Support.
and that carries.
We're now at item 17, and we have 11 bylaws for consideration. Do members have any questions? This includes item 17.1 through to 17.8. There being no questions, I have a motion.
Madam Mayor, we have a few hands
Oh.
raised at the last minute there.
You don't want to take your eyes away from the screen. All right, Councillor Russell, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Not a question. This I would like to have item 17.7 2022-10 removed and voted separately, please.
17, tell me the number of the bylaw.
2022-10.
17.7.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay.
And sorry, there was another bylaw there, Councillor Russell?
Nope.
Nope, that was the only one. Okay, thank you.
All right. Anybody else? Okay, we'll deal. Councillor Brunet, did you have anything that you wanted lifted?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I'd like the 17-10 or 17.10, the bylaw 2213, or sorry, 17.9, 2022-12 bylaw, the Maple Leaf Nursery. I'd like that pulled to be able to ask staff some questions.
Okay, perfect. Okay, first, and Councillor Nicollet. You're piling on me here. What's
I
going on? Which one?
I thought Councillor Russell might have asked if we could have a recorded vote for that 2022-10, item 17.7.
Okay, no problem. Madam Clerk has that information. Okay, thank you very much, Councillor. Now, it's clear now, so we're going to go to 17.7, 2022-10, Councillor Russell.
Voting on this?
No, I wanted to know whether you had comments or whether you're just looking to have it voted on separately.
Voted on separately, Madam Mayor.
All right, Madam Clerk, we're voting on this one separately, and a recorded vote has been requested.
Okay, so I need a mover for this particular bylaw, which is bylaw 2022-10. If I could just get a mover, please.
That would be Counselor Pachiriva.
And I need a seconder.
Looking,
Counselor Reimer?
Counselor Reimer, yes.
Thank you. And the recorded votes. Madam Mayor, did you want me to read that bylaw out?
Yes, go ahead.
That leave be given to approve the following bylaw 2022-10 bylaw to authorize the execution of an agreement pursuant to section 37 of the Planning Act 1990 between the corporation of the town of Lincoln and Green Lane Joint Venture Inc., together with any and all mortgagees that may be on title at the point of registration of the agreement.
All right.
And I will call the vote. Councillor Regima,
No.
Councillor Russell,
No.
Councillor Brunet,
No.
Councillor Pachiriva,
Yes.
Councillor McPherson,
Yes.
Councillor Miklick,
Oh,
Councillor Reimer,
yes.
Councillor Timmers,
Yes.
Mayor Easton,
Support.
and that carries.
Okay, that's good. We'll move on now to item 17.9, 22-12. A bylaw to authorize the execution of a site plan agreement between the corporation of the town of Lincoln, Maple Leaf Nursery, St. Catharines Limited, together with any and all mortgagees that may be on title at the point of registration of the agreement. Questions from Councillor Brunet? Please go ahead, Councillor.
Yeah, thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd just like the opportunity for possibly the Director of Planning to give some insight as to if it's appropriate. If it's not, then he can tell us. But just as this application is coming forward, if there's been any discussion with the proponent, with the owner, as to regarding the use of the land. And Madam Mayor, I only bring this up, and I understand the proponent is a business that operates in Lincoln, fairly well reputable, I'm sure. But we don't have to go that far back to 2019, where at one of the properties, there was some major issues with cannabis, where we had to bring in bylaw. And I just want to make sure that there is absolutely no discussion occurring to the best of our ability at this time for any concerns that might be out there as this application move forward in the public eye, especially in the Vineland area. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Through you to the Director.
Thank you very much. Director Bruder?
Yep, through you, Your Worship. As we've been moving through this site plan, which is for greenhouses, there's one greenhouse that's going to be used for propagation for horticultural products, and then the other for a greenhouse. Propagation's the initial growth phases of a plant, and then there's another greenhouse that will deal with the later growth phases of the plants as well, all for horticulture. No conversations whatsoever pertaining to cannabis for these particular greenhouses. And I would also note, just due to where they're proposed, they would be proposed within 300 meters of a residential dwelling, which as probably you'll all recall is not permitted for cannabis greenhouses, new ones. So that would preclude these greenhouses from being used for that purpose. Thank you.
Councillor Brunet?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'm pleased to hear that and glad to have it on the public record. Thank you, Madam Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Then I'll go
We
through.
have
the
Councillor Miklick with his hand raised.
I'm sorry, Councillor Miklick. I'm having difficulty seeing that there's no contrast with that, the color of
No.
that hand, but please go ahead. Sorry.
No worries. Thank you, Mayor Easton. Probably a silly question, but with regards to this application and the pond that's being proposed, is there any issues with CN rail? I wasn't able to see the dimensions or the distance from the pond to the CN trail railway.
Okay, Mr. Bruder, do you have anything that you can add to that?
Yeah, through you, Your Worship. That's something we have been working through with the applicant. We're just finalizing now. The pond's actually going to be relocated a little bit further away from CN, just to make sure that any drainage, it's mostly from the overflow in the pond, It doesn't impact at all the CN lands. There's a better availability for surface drainage to not impact those lands. So we are still continuing to work through the final strokes of that. But no, it's something that can be easily mitigated. So no significant issue there with CN.
Okay, I appreciate that. I think it's the first application I've seen where there was a pond near a CN railway track, and I was just curious. Thanks.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, I'm going to go back and we'll start with 17.1.
We need to vote on this one, Madam Mayor.
Oh, right. Oh, okay. I thought, actually, I was thinking that we could, that's fine. That's my misunderstanding. So 17.9, 2022-12, bylaw will authorize the execution of a site plan agreement between the corporation of the town of Lincoln, Maple Leaf Nursery, St. Catharines Limited, together with any and all mortgagees that may be on title at the point of registration of the agreement. And we need a mover and a seconder.
Councillor Regima to move,
Okay.
and a seconder, please, is Councillor Timmers.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Madam Clerk, please call it the vote.
Councillor Regima,
Yes.
Councillor Russell,
Yes.
Councillor Brunei,
Yes.
Councillor Pachariva,
Yes.
Councillor McPherson,
Yes.
Councillor Micklick,
Yes.
Councillor Reimer,
Yes.
Councillor Timmers,
Yes.
Mayor Easton,
For it.
and that carries.
All right, then we will deal with the rest of them. That leave be given to approve the following bylaws. Bylaw 2022-04, a bylaw to provide for the rules of order of council and its committees, and to repeal bylaws 2019-121 and 2020-13 as amended. 2022-05, bylaw to adopt a code of conduct for members of for the town of Lincoln, and to repeal bylaw number 2017-83. 2022-06, bylaw to authorize the execution of a site plan agreement between the corporation of the town of Lincoln, Central Properties and Equipment, together with any and all mortgagees that may be on title at the point of registration of the agreement. Bylaw 2022-07, bylaw to authorize the execution of a site plan assumption agreement between the corporation of the town of Lincoln and Beamsville GP Inc., together with any and all mortgagees that may be on title at the point of registration of the agreement. Bylaw 2022-08, bylaw to declare Part 1, Plan 30R-15869 as part of the common and public highway system under the jurisdiction of the town of Lincoln as part of Lincoln Avenue. Bylaw 2022-09-Z568, bylaw to amend zoning bylaw number 93-14-Z1 as amended of the town of Lincoln, Brett Meadows, Beth Carter, and Emerina Meadows. Bylaw for the appointment 2022-01, bylaw for the appointment of screening officers and hearing officers to adjudicate reviews and appeals of administrative penalties. Bylaw 2022-13, bylaw to authorize the execution of a site plan agreement between the corporation of the town of Lincoln, Stony Oak Properties, Inc., together with any and all mortgagees and that may be on title at the point of registration of the agreement, and to repeal bylaw number 2021-79. And Madam Clerk, I'm looking back here to see who the original movers and seconders were.
It was Councillor
Bylaws moved
Russell?
by- Yes, and seconded by Councillor Regina.
Correct.
Madam Clerk, please carry out the vote.
Thank you, Councillor Regima,
Yes.
Councillor Russell,
Yes.
Councillor Brunei,
Yes.
Councillor Pachariva,
Yes.
Councillor McPherson,
Yes.
Councillor Micklick,
Yes.
Councillor Reimer,
Yes.
Councillor Timmers,
Yes.
and Mayor Easton,
Support.
and that carries.
And councillors, I just would like to, on all of our behalf, thank Madam Clerk for the very detailed work that has been done by the clerk's office on both our procedural bylaw as well as the code of conduct and the updates that involved our integrity commissioner. So thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Okay, just give me a moment here. We're at number 18, item 18, a motion to confirm the proceedings of the council meeting. We will now confirm the proceedings of the special council meeting. I have a motion moved by Councillor Timmers and seconded by Councillor Ryman that leave be given to introduce bylaw number 2022-14, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of special council at its meeting held Monday, February 14th, 2022, being read a first, second, and fifth time. That bylaw number 2022-14 be enacted and passed, and that the mayor and clerk sign and seal the said bylaw. Madam Clerk, would you please call out the vote?
Counselor Rajima,
Yes.
Counselor Russell,
Yes.
Counselor Brunet,
Yes.
Counselor Pachariva,
Yes.
Counselor McPherson,
Yes.
Counselor Micklick,
Yes.
Counselor Reimer,
Yes.
Counselor Timmers,
Yes.
Mayor Easton,
Support.
and that carries.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Before we motion to adjourn the meeting, do members have any comments? There being none, I'll move on to the motion to adjourn. I have a motion moved by Councillor Renchima and seconded by Councillor Mikulik for the special council meeting on February 14th, 2022 be adjourned at 21:04. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Rajima,
Yes.
Counselor Russell,
Yes.
Counselor Brunet,
Yes.
Counselor Pachariva,
Yes.
Counselor McPherson,
Yes.
Counselor Micklick,
Yes.
Counselor Reimer,
Yes.
Counselor Timmers,
Yes.
Mayor Easton,
Support.
that carries.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk, and thank you, members of council, for the job tonight. Lots of work to do, no question about it. Thanks to all the staff that attended and all the preparations that went into a number of pretty significant reports tonight. Very much appreciated. Thank you, Mr. CEO.